Good up.
This is Channel 253.
On this episode of the Grit and Grain Podcast.
3 years.
Yeah.
3 years.
3 years.
It's been a lot. It's been a lot. You know, we've rolled with the punches through a lot of things, and every time that something changed that we were like, oh no, it always only ended up being better. It was like, oh, that was just an opportunity to be better.
Channel 253 is member supported. I'm producer Doug Mackey, and I hope you will show your support by going to channel253.com/membership and join. Thank you.
Welcome to the Grit and Grain Podcast, where we explore and celebrate the craft beer industry, community, and history in Tacoma, Washington, and surrounding Pacific Northwest areas. Thank you so much for hanging out. Let's get to it. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Grit and Grain Podcast, coming to you guys from Peaks and Pints in Tacoma, Washington. Yeah! So many cheers. My name is Matt McLaren. Ron is here, but he's taking care of business real quick. He's going to be here in just a minute. But while we wait,
taking care of beer business. He's not in the bathroom.
He's taking care of beer business. Yeah, that's true.
Well, I mean, maybe he's not. Anyway, he'll be back in a minute.
Probably.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense.
That was kind of vague. Yeah. Bethany Carlson, resident pro brewer and line cleaner, is here.
What's up?
What's up, Bethany? How are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Good.
Excellent.
Pretty excited. When Ron gets back in, I'll give him a chance to. He probably has that dad joke in the chamber, I'm sure. So we'll see what that is when he gets back.
Yeah.
But back for his third, I think, appearance on the Grit and Grain Podcast, we have Michael from Vice Beer back on the mic. What's up, dude?
Hey.
This is awesome, and it's a great season for this episode. It's we have like 4 of your fresh hop beers on tap today, which is awesome. Of the how many did you do this year?
We're going to end up with 8.
That's pretty fucking good.
Well, that's 7 and a fresh hop water.
True.
Yeah.
Which we're going to bully Ron into pouring in a little bit here. Thought that was him. So yeah, while we're going to get into some shit because we have multiple beers to try through. Also, fucking Ben from Rainier Growlers surprises us with some Ravenna and Cloudburst shit that he picked up today.
Thank you.
Thanks, dude.
Fellow Vantuckyite.
Vantuckyite, yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's true.
Michael, what are you drinking?
Yeah.
I'm drinking. I found this in the cooler and was like, I haven't had this in at least a dozen years. It's my gateway beer. This is the first beer that I had when all my friends were like pushing beer on me, trying to get me to like beer. And I was like, I don't know about this. This is the beer that I was like, this is beer. Okay. I can try some more things. This is Brother Thelonious from North Coast Brewing.
Fucking great beer.
You haven't even had your first sip yet. Let's watch him. Let's watch him taste
I haven't. I've been sitting here
He's been
like
warming it up in
my
his
hands.
hands.
The trip down memory
Precious.
lane here. Are you hearkening back?
Yeah, it's all the like raisins and prunes that I remember. And
Totally.
yeah, it was a pizza place that the owner of the pizza place knew that my friends were trying to get me into beer, and she brings us out and she's like, "You need to try this."
Sure.
And she was right.
Yeah. That's such a great fucking beer, man.
Wow.
I have
Really good.
my like Brother Thelonious story. So I've like it's a great beer. It wasn't my gateway beer, but it was like early core beer memory where I was like good beer will make any occasion just better if just, you know what I mean, like by good beer being available. I was like going to like a rock show with like my roommate that I didn't feel like going to, but I didn't have anything else going on, and we like went up. It was like in Seattle, and it was at a venue, and it was like crowded, and I was just like being grumpy and like didn't feel like being there, but like I told her I would go, and it was just this whole thing. And then I walk in and they have 3 beers on tap, and one of them is Brother Thelonious, and I was like, yo, this is the best night ever. Like my mood changed so fucking quickly, and I was
At
like,
a
yo,
concert
I'm
venue, no
pretty sure I'm a
less.
nerd. Yeah,
know,
it was
right?
like it was at a
Weird.
random. I think it was at. I think it was at Chop Suey. That now, if I'm remembering correctly, I think it was Chop Suey.
Okay.
And I'm being rude. It was a lovely night, but I was definitely grumpy. Didn't feel like being there, and then saw Brother Thelonious on tap, and I was like, I'm having 3 of those.
Got it right in there.
Yeah.
You're like,
Hey,
okay,
it's Ron.
let's go.
Here as always is Ron Sorner.
What's your punch?
I'm running in a solid.
Wait a minute. Try again.
I'm running at
Try it again one more time.
I'm running at a solid 1.21 gigahops today, Matt.
Okay. I'm glad we waited for that.
Oh, wow.
There we go.
No, that was solid.
On point, on brand.
Okay.
Everything good, Ron?
Everything good?
That's
Okay,
if you're
good.
taking care of business. Everything okay? All right.
Yeah, you guys have some talking to do. Ron, what are you drinking, man?
Oh, the Party McFly from Vice.
Me too.
These.
Yeah.
We all poured the same.
Of course.
Yeah.
Cheers, cheers. Oh wait, that's the energy
Yeah,
cone.
that's the one.
Cheers.
This one.
Yeah, that's a collab with Fort George.
It's fucking excellent,
How was
dude.
that day? Fun.
Super fun. Yeah. Colin came out from Fort George, and we had a great day. I started my day driving down to Crosby. Nope, Coleman. That was Coleman Strata. Yep. So I was late to the brew day, but I was carrying all the fresh hops in my Jeep, and
Yeah.
You were the hero.
Yeah, the most important piece
Seriously.
to the puzzle.
Oh, man.
yeah, I'm
it's
stoked
fucking
on how it
excellent.
came out. That was one
This
of
is really
3
good.
collabs we did for our 3-year anniversary.
Yeah. The other one was Cloudburst, which we're going to break into a Cloudburst here in a minute, actually.
We did a Cloudburst beer called Shark Still Looks Fake.
What's it
Amazing.
called?
Shark Still Looks Fake.
Okay.
Do you know the reference?
No, should
Okay.
I? Should I?
Marty arrives in 2015 and walks by a theater where a giant holographic shark advertising Jaws 19 by Steven Spielberg Jr. Jumps out and attempts to eat him and then disappears.
Gotcha.
And he, after being terrified by it, just stands up straight, shakes it off, and goes, "Shark still looks fake."
Nice. Love it.
And then the fawns jumped it.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, that was the reference there. We like to make references on beers that like no one under the age of 35 will figure out.
You know,
Everything's
you
based in the 80s and 90s, right?
Yes. Absolutely.
You have Diet of Pilsner on your shirt right now.
Yeah. In the Oregon Trail style.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Fort George, were the 3 collabs?
Cloudburst.
Yeah, and then Ism.
Ism.
And Ism.
Yes.
Ism Brewing out of Long Beach, California. They're only they're not 2 years old yet, I don't think, but they've just crushed everything from, Alpha King to GABF to World Beer Cup.
2 grains of Rast, best in the West.
Yes,
That's
they were
right. They were there.
That's true.
They were there
Yeah.
for that. And they did well at the Best of West Coast IPA Awards as well.
Yeah.
They're West Coast IPA kings that came out of Beechwood Brewing and Rip Brewing down there, and actually took
Two Eyes.
over the Two Eyes Rip, and actually took over the Beechwood space in downtown Long Beach, and just great, great guys. Got to know them on just a weird drunken night where we ended up at Jerry's Tavern in Portland and just drinking Miller High Lifes and eating chicken wings and decided to make some beers together. So
Oh, yeah.
how that
fast
happens.
forward 4 months and we've done 3 collabs with Ism, one up
fucking
here
awesome.
and 2 down there.
Awesome.
So sick.
What part of
Having a
Cali?
good time.
Sorry, did you say?
Long Beach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Downtown Long Beach, yeah.
Very good.
So yeah, the beer we made with them is called Your Density. Again, do you know the reference?
Of course.
Anybody? Okay.
Back to the Future.
Well, Back to the Future is the reference, yes. But what part? Anybody? Yes. Yeah. If you couldn't see that, Ron just did the George McFly to Lorraine I'm your density.
And
And she just looks up at him as like, what?
Where's Marty?
Yeah.
I don't think I
Does
watched.
he get the
That's
girl
great.
in the end, or
The girl is Marty
mom.
or Marty.
never mind? I don't know what I'm
Marty
talking
does
about.
get the girl in the end. But that's his mom.
Turns out this movie has not held up in some ways.
Back in the late 70s and early 80s, we had Luke Skywalker, Marty McFly.
Yeah.
Incest jokes were a thing, I guess. I
A
don't know.
lot of kids studying Oedipus Rex in their fucking high school literature classes, and then going on to make movies about it. That's your next beer name. Anyway, this isn't a Back to the Future podcast. I know it could be. It totally should be. It could be. I was gonna ask, like, your collabs are always like fucking amazing, and I'm always curious how you end up connecting with these fucking incredible brewers who most people just don't even know exist yet, and then you're already making beers with these guys who are pulling in medals left and right.
I don't know. Just try to.
Miller High Life and Wings.
I just try
is
to.
true.
You just happen to be everywhere.
I just try to go to things and be
Yes.
nice to people, and
Yeah, fuck, I should try that.
I like to make beers. I think collabs, honestly, like being real, like collabs are like at the center of when we went from running a tap room to running a brewery. My wife, like her big concern was she was just like, I'm behind the bar all the time. I love being at the tap room where I'm talking about all of our friends and beer, and I'm shining a spotlight on all these people, and I can talk about all these people. And she was like, I won't have that when it's all just our beers.
Sure.
And she's like, I lose that piece of that conversation I can have with people at the bar. And so from day one, it was like, okay, you know what? Well, we're going to just make a commitment to collaboration and always have something going on. So, yeah, we've got, these collabs that we just talked about are all on right now. We've still got a collab with Sig that's on right now, the hard soda. Did I do that?
me up so bad.
Yeah.
Not beer. I guess it's like a
Did
seltzer.
I do that Baja Blurst? Is that on right now? Yeah,
I had like 6 of those at one of your events, and then I couldn't
Yeah.
sleep that night. And you were like, "Oh yeah, there's so much caffeine in that."
It went fast.
Yeah. So yeah, those it's just the fun things. I think collaborations are fun. So we're always about that, for sure.
I actually love that angle where like Bria was like, like bring a tap room. You do get to like talk about the beers that you get to buy and that you're just a fan of, and that does kind of go away when it is just your beer. I've like never thought about that angle of it, where it's like part of the fun is just like telling people about these things that I know that maybe they don't know that they would love if they did, and here's a cool way to do that as a brewery.
And it's connection points.
Yeah,
It's
totally.
these things to talk about because, I mean, I work the bar every once in a while too, and I feel it. I feel it when you're like, okay, what do I talk about with this person that I've never met before? And right now it's me and these 3 people at the bar. Sure. And how do we keep some conversation going? Ever been to Long Beach, California? You know about Ism Brewing? Like, now we're talking. Now there's a conversation happening.
But doesn't Oregon turn out for events? Like the industry? Is that true? Because it seems like on Instagram or when I'm there, everyone's there.
Yeah, it depends on the event,
Like Final Draft Tap Room. Were you there?
I was there.
Yeah. Everybody was there, right?
A lot of people were there industry-wise. Me and Grains of Wrath were in the room.
Okay.
In
I
terms
see.
of industry, that I can recall in the moment. But yeah, that was really the industry in the room. That's actually something that we did our anniversary party.
Yeah.
And
Congrats on 3 years.
thank you.
no kidding.
We had Ism came through. Original Pattern came through from Oakland. They were out
God.
for hop selection.
Yeah.
So they came through. Fort George came through. A couple people from Irrelevant came through, but I don't know. I would love to encourage the industry. Like, let's show up for each other a little more. I think there's room for improvement there. On you know, I know I try to show up places. I can't even tell you how many places I've showed up not expecting to see Ron Swarner and
fucking samesies.
There's so many things I've showed up to and I've been like, that guy over there kind of looks like Ron.
Turns out it's Dwayne.
It's always Ron, and it's also always like, you know, I have to wait 5 to 10 minutes until he gets close enough, or I hear his voice, and I'm like, it is Ron. What is he doing here?
That sounds like Grandpa Simpson.
Yeah, so, I love that, and that's that's something that I don't know. I had an uncle that passed that his whole funeral 10 years ago now was about his whole thing was always instilling into his kids and other people, show up for people and see what happens. Like, just keep showing up and doors will open.
Yeah.
And I try to live that way. I just like to show up for people on their anniversary things, on their events, you know, might spread myself a little thin sometimes, but I think it is. It is.
Hell yeah.
I think so.
But yeah, I think, you know, we could all stand to show up more for each other, you know. There's
in person, like a physical show up, right?
Yeah.
You know, like because
Yep.
we're all everything.
Speaking of which, anybody going to Parkway after this for Duchess? No?
What's happening?
We should.
I'd like to.
Yeah.
Duchess, Duchess' first time in Washington.
On tap.
Yeah,
At the
it's on
Parkway.
tap at Parkway after this.
Okay.
Hang out for another fresh hop when we're off the mic, and then going over to Parkway for a beer.
Sorry for those who are listening on Friday.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's doing like some more releases up in Seattle too. But
Yeah.
if you guys are free after this, head over to the Parkway.
But yeah, all the social media stuff, all the we're connecting over social media. No, like in person showing up
Right.
is so different, and that's a way that
It
us
is.
all in the industry
I love
can
the comments,
do
and
that.
I love the emojis, and I love the likes, you know,
Who doesn't?
and things. But
My
but
dopamine
also
loves this.
just like show up,
different.
show up for each other. Yeah, it hits different, and it means a lot. So.
I agree.
I love that. Yeah, we haven't
Yeah.
talked about that message in a long time.
That's true.
Thanks for bringing that up.
Arena's really good at that. She sets a good example for me. Because there will be days where I'm just like, oh, I'm so tired, I don't feel like doing it. She's like, you should probably go do that. I'm like, you know, you're probably right.
Yeah,
and then I'm out the door.
you rarely regret going to something, you know, even
Yeah.
if you're at home and you're like, oh, I'm kind of tired. And you go and you're like, oh, I'm so glad I went. Like, you literally connect with people face to face or
Totally.
whatever.
If you know it's going to be important
It
to
is,
somebody.
and we're an industry of introverts. It's true.
That's so
Yeah.
I know,
true.
it's
Yeah,
For sure.
that's so true.
And
Even the salespeople are like, "Fuck, I'm like,
and
I've done all I can do."
I feel that. I can't tell you how many, you know, parking lots I've sat in for 15 minutes in my car going, I really want to walk into this place, and oh my gosh, there's so much activity in there already, and I'm already like sensory overload, but like, okay, let me go get one beer in me and see some people, and you know, all of a sudden it's hugs and hand pounds and it's a love fest, and like, man, that's what we do it for, and it's just like, you know, you walk away always feeling like, really glad I was
you
here.
did that, yeah.
Really glad I was here. You know, yeah.
We are an industry of introverts.
So true.
I know. How do we all do this?
I don't know.
Beer.
Beer. It's beer, right? That is the
Beer is
actual
how
answer.
us introverts
You were
get
correct,
out of our
Bethany.
shell.
Social lubricant.
Yeah.
Exactly. We're
We're all
drawn
here
to
for
it.
this
Yes.
and because of this.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a social lubricant and a commonality.
Yeah.
And like that, I don't know how many times a day I ask somebody just, what are you drinking?
Yeah.
And they just, now we got a conversation,
Totally.
and now we're off. I can be next to any stranger in the world and be like, what are you drinking?
Yeah, perfect.
And they tell me what
Perfect
they're drinking,
question.
and now we're talking about that brewery. We're talking about the breweries around it. We're talking about
the time I visited that city where it was made,
Yep.
like 100%. That's honestly why we start every episode. Like, what are you drinking? Because like if we were just doing this without the mics, that's probably how we would be talking to each other anyway,
Yeah.
and it's just how the conversation gets started.
Yeah. Ooh, give me a taste.
So true. Yeah, give me a taste.
pass it around.
Yeah,
I'm a germaphobe, but alcohol cleanses
right?
everything.
exactly.
pass them around. If it was soda, I'd be like, no, I'm not drinking it.
Yeah, I don't want your cooties.
Yeah.
Also, there's no worth it.
I don't need your backwash. Barf.
Air drink.
Sprite's a good year.
Pour it in your mouth.
Yeah, totally. If you guys haven't yet, you should pour some of the Ravenna Citra that Ben brought because it's fucking awesome.
No doubt.
I need an empty glass first.
On the break, I'm going to grab the Ism collab. The Ism collab is on tap too, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
Just pounded it. It's delish.
Yeah. Dude.
Is that for me?
Yes.
Thank you. This is the Ravenna Citra.
Honestly, wet season is like these guys do a great job.
Yes,
it on the
Ravenna
nose.
wet season Citra.
See, we don't see Ravenna down in our neighborhood often at all.
We don't see them down here very often
Yeah, it's
either.
true.
Honestly, fucking, Ben was in
Comes
Seattle
down
today.
like once a month, I think.
Yeah,
maybe.
it's hard to get, but their beer is fantastic. Ravenna's like one of those like they're pretty small. I would say that they're like on the list of like most maybe underappreciated breweries in Seattle.
I'd agree.
If not Washington.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when they did Three-Way with Fort George, and I was like, with who?
Yeah,
What?
exactly.
Ravenna? Oh, okay. I think I've heard of them.
Yeah.
And that was kind of my knowledge of them at the
That's
time.
what the UW professors were.
And then, yeah. But it didn't take long. Like, within 3 weeks of them being a part of Three-Way, my wife and I were in Seattle at Ravenna.
Hell yeah.
Going, oh, wow, okay, yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
we
from
love
top
these
to
guys.
bottom. Oh, these sours are insane. Oh, these lagers are insane. Oh, these hazes
Yep.
are insane. Yeah.
The labels are insane.
Yeah, the labels are
I love
so
the
good.
art.
It's like
Yeah.
aluminum.
Love some clean branding.
Yeah. So 3 years, Vice. What? How's it been? Like, what do you think from the beginning to now? Like, what are you guys learning? What's good? What's bad? What do you want?
Man,
How are things?
we're
What's
still
the reflection?
we're still drinking from the fire hose in terms of like just learning everything, you know. We still don't have tap handles.
I asked today.
Yeah. Yeah, I fucking know.
Who needs a tap handle? They're so expensive and hard to make.
They're so expensive.
Yeah.
I hate them so much.
They're hard to make well.
Yeah.
That's one of the kind of funny difference, just a weird different thing between Seattle, Tacoma, and like the Portland area.
Yeah.
I've never been asked once in the Portland area for a tap handle.
'Cause
And
they
every
gift.
time I get up to Seattle, Portland, or Seattle, Tacoma, they're like, tap handles? Tap handles?
So
And I'm
what's
like,
the difference?
I don't know.
What are they? Why? What's
I
the
don't
difference?
know. I have no idea.
So do they all have? Well, I mean, their draft systems. I'm picturing it. So they all have like the little black handles, and then they just have a menu board,
Yeah, they
or
just have the little
so
nubs with the
they
menu
don't-
boards. That's what everybody's got. I mean, yeah, there's places like I don't know, yeah, like Roscoe's has it like just a chalkboard, and I don't even know where they go to pour the beer. I don't even know where the beer
Just a
comes from.
mystery.
I just see the chalkboard thing, and I say what I want, and I'm handed a beer, and I'm like, where does
Yeah.
you know, whereas I don't know, just maybe part of it is a little bit because I feel like maybe Tacoma, Seattle was at one point in the 80s and 90s like ahead of Portland things in terms of craft beer and things. Like I feel like when I'm up here, I see a lot more displays of the taps. The taps are more up front.
Sure.
Or they're more lifted up, or there's something that they're more. It's more of like a spectacle of the actual pouring of the beer, which is a much more like European style take on it. Where in the Czech Republic and Germany you have tappers, and it's more of like this. When your beer is poured, it's this event
Presentation.
that your beer,
Into
your
the
beer
glass
is being poured.
from the brewery, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. I just
ritual.
think.
I have the Swiss handles
I've never thought about
from. So Jack gave me all the Swiss handles,
Really?
and the thing is, I have thousands of boxes upstairs because there's like maybe 10 handles in every box because they're so elaborate.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
All the red hooks, all those
yeah.
red hooks. There's like 15 appendages coming out, and They light up and
Who's got room
they
for
have
that?
music. I mean,
So there was a
incredible.
time that that's how people ordered. They didn't walk up to
Exactly.
a menu board.
Right.
It was the tap handle that's how you read what they have on tap, and certain tap handles were so iconic.
Yes.
I mean, I can picture a Red Hook tap handle. I can picture a Widmer Hef tap handle.
Yep.
I can tell you exactly. I can draw it.
It just
for
shoots
you.
lemons at you.
You know.
Yeah.
Well, and also, but that was the only beer they were probably serving, so you knew that brewery, it was that beer,
Sure,
right? And
sure.
that's totally
Same with
different
Mac
now.
and Jacks.
Yeah.
You know,
And, like,
same with Manny.
Maybe there's 50 snow caps up there too.
This is a weird tangent to avoid answering your question completely.
That is true. Yeah. Can we just talk about tap handles for the rest of the time?
Yeah.
Maybe after the break.
So where were we? Tap handles.
3 years.
Yeah.
3 years.
3 years.
It's been a lot. It's been a lot. You know, we've rolled with the punches through a lot of things, and every time that something changed, that we were like, oh no, it always only ended up being better. It was like, oh, that was just an opportunity to be better.
There's a parable about that. Isn't
Yeah.
there?
There's something to
Well,
that.
Michael, aren't you going through a major expansion right now?
Which
Yes.
we'll talk about right after the break. But
What a cliffhanger.
yeah.
Let's get some barley wine.
And some ism collab. Well, yeah, hang out for just a second, guys. We'll be right back. We're going to take a quick break. But yeah, we'll see you in a bit.
This is Eric Hanberg with Channel 253.
I'm Doug Mackey.
And Doug Mackey asked to keep this short. So here it is. $4 a month, $40 a year, supports Channel 253. Go to channel253.com/membership.
More so, we'd like to thank our members, especially our long-time members.
Now it's too long.
Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for hanging out during the break. As always, a shout out to Doug, a wonderful producer. He's so awesome.
So lovely.
Every
You're
single
so
week.
lovely.
Please absolutely go check out Channel 253. It's a great way to stay connected to Tacoma. Shout out to Chris, who puts us on video every single week. Fucking annihilates me with the shorts that he makes
Yeah.
with these fucking show.
All of us, he does it
the
too.
loogie last week.
Yeah, if you guys haven't yet, please go subscribe on YouTube. It helps us out a ton, algorithm and all that. And then if you guys prefer your news written and more beer flavored, go check out Washington Beer Blog. Those guys are wonderful. Kendall's produced tons of fantastic news, breaks all kinds of great stories. We gushed about it last week, but I'm announcing Ruben's NA line is super cool. And then, he also will keep you up to date on what's going on in the industry. We did a shout out to Burke from Beer Authority, who kind of unexpectedly passed away, and we talked about it on the last episode. And I would imagine Kendall's known that guy for 20 fucking years.
No doubt.
So yeah, absolutely go check out Washington Beer Blog if you want to stay up to date on what's going on with beer in the Northwest.
It's a must.
It is a must. All right, we're back with new beer. Ron, what'd you pour us?
I poured a Brower Fortuna Combs barley wine style ale.
I literally thought they only made Baltic
Right?
Porter.
And that Russian Imperial.
Yeah.
But I didn't know they made a barley wine, so when I saw it, grabbed it. Grabbed it.
That's pretty good. Two very light and fruity barley wines in the last two
Right?
episodes.
We need to bring back Bigfoot.
I know.
Get the hops.
I have one sitting in my house that I'll bring next time. But I have some old Hop and Frog barley wine.
Do you have a bunch of cheese too?
Yes.
Shout out to Jeff Lee.
We're doing a beer and cheese episode, and Jeff Lee's not involved.
Yeah,
Which is so depressing.
it is.
We love you, Jeff.
We do. Miss you.
All right, we all poured new. Bethany, do you have new fresh hops?
Yeah, this is a West Coast wet hop IPA from Cloudburst.
So this is their generic label.
Yes.
For their wet hops, which they call wet hops, fresh hops, wet hops. I don't know if we want to get into that.
Yeah, what's the debate?
Well,
I know. I
do
wish
you
Ezra
wanna-
was here.
Maybe we should finish the tap
In
handle
line.
thing first.
Let's do this real quick. What's the debate?
Yeah.
So Cloudburst actually did an Instagram video about this, and their definition, which I slightly disagree with, is that wet hops are whole cone straight off the vine in the bag. You take them and you use them. That's wet hops. And fresh hops are hops that are kilned first. They're fresh, they're kilned, but
From
not,
this harvest
but not
year.
pelletized. They're kilned and straight in. So same day, harvested, kilned in the bag. That's a fresh hop.
That's an interesting distinction.
Yeah.
I like what Breakside does is that everything is a fresh hop that comes straight off the vine.
Yeah.
And a fresh kilned is a different thing than a fresh hop. There is no wet hop. That sounds gross. I feel every time
There's only moist hops.
that's how I feel about it. Every single time I hear wet hop, I'm just like, just call it moist hop. It's just so disgusting to say. Stop it. They're all fresh hops. And then there's fresh kilns.
Yeah.
Those are two different things. Wet hop isn't a thing, but everybody who
Clammy
came out,
hop. Sweaty hop.
clammy hop, sweaty hop, moist hop,
Yikes.
wet hop.
I like
Sweaty balls.
So I'm not too far off of yours, but I even like my distinction is even a little different because I do get the idea of wet hops as opposed to kilned hops, which are dried to be preserved. So the opposite of that would be a wet hop. In my mind, wet hop and fresh hop are more like how a supplier and a consumer distinguish this thing. So like
They're synonymous to you.
they're synonymous.
I think they're
in a
synonymous
way.
to most people.
Yeah.
I think most consumers would say they're synonymous.
Yeah.
Who's kilning them at the brewery? How are you getting
No,
kilned fresh
it's
hops?
it's at the hop farm.
Yeah, the process
Okay.
the
And this is
hop.
So-
Single Hill.
Trevor and I were
Yeah,
talking about this.
literally like when we're at Coleman and we're getting fresh hops, we're literally we're right there. Hops are coming in. You watch them come off this truck. The trucks, the big bines are shaking. It's bines, not vines.
They're
everybody knows.
shaking.
Correct. That's true.
They're
It's very loud.
and they're floating through this room like ghosts.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
way
totally
back and forth.
true.
Yeah.
And then they go in and they come up and they're all being shot directly into the kiln. And then they literally have an offshoot that it's just like a switch on a train track.
Yep.
That they're just like, oh, you're here to pick up? Yep. Now they're going into this bag instead of going into the kiln.
Right.
Now these are your fresh hops. Here's your bag. Go. Or 8 bags or whatever. You know, the bags hold like 40 pounds of fresh hops. So
Right.
you get however many bags of whatever you ordered. And off you go. And then they throw that train track switch back. And now they're all going into the kiln, which is basically a big false floor bed that's baking from underneath through like a cheesecloth kind of material. To dry everything out. Because one of the other things probably a lot of people don't know is you take fresh hops home, and last year we had a major water malfunction. We couldn't get water to our brewery. I had just picked up fresh hops that day from Crosby. And I'll tell you why I love Crosby so much in a minute. We had just picked up 200 pounds of fresh hops from Crosby. Got them into our cooler, couldn't get water to our brew system. There's this whole major thing. We were out of production for 2.5 weeks. It was really bad.
Shit.
Wow.
Big nightmare. Those fresh hops in the cooler held at 38 degrees. Felt like fire. They get hot. They start to have a chemical thing that happens that they get really hot and can spontaneously combust. They can actually just blow up and catch fire.
It's fucking insane.
It's crazy. So that's something about fresh hops that not everybody knows. And I didn't know until our water broke, and I found out about that. Yeah. So anyhow, I love Crosby because they reached out and they were like, "Hey, how'd you like those hops? What did you do with them? Which beer are they going into? And I was like, I got to tell you about this disaster we had. They doubled that fresh hop order and gave us free hops.
Awesome.
I think it was 400 pounds.
Son of a
You're never
bitch.
going to forget that.
Yeah, I'll never forget it.
Nope.
And
Great
I
customer service.
absolutely love them. So, yeah, that was a big thing in a moment of extreme pain.
Totally.
At the
Holy
brewery.
shit.
Yeah. So,
Shout out to
anyhow,
Crosby. That's so
Yeah,
nice, man.
by the way, this Cloudburst. This is actually the name on the lip of the can here is "While My Guitar Gently Wets," which is also
Awesome.
why I think wet hops just no.
Yeah.
Sorry, but this is so good. We might never make a fresh hop beer again. There's no reason in submitting anything to any competition that this is in because we are screwed. This is amazing. I love this beer.
Very good.
Didn't Steve back in episode like 6 or 7 say that they have a bulletin board where they just throw names at it?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Like
Best names.
Yeah, like many.
Yeah. Besides Vice, obviously.
I don't understand how.
I've got quite the bulletin board.
Well,
Names as
I mean,
well.
your names are incredible.
You don't understand what?
How people are labeling a fresh hop beer if it's a fresh hop that has been kilned. Isn't that not the definition of a fresh hop?
So Breakside, again, I like what they do. That
Breakside
they
does
actually
this.
call it fresh kilned.
Yeah.
So that's how they put it out there. This is a fresh kilned hop beer.
But are other breweries doing this without everybody knowing yet? And if so, why? And if so, so it feels like, Cloudburst needed to say, this is not kilned, right? Like with the wet hop, name.
There's a lot of gray area there, I think.
Yeah.
It's a lot of gray.
Ongoing debate.
Yeah.
Because there's even a lot of fresh cryo things that are happening now that
Right.
technically you can use a fresh cryo product in a fresh hop beer and submit it to
Came
Fresh
out right
Hop
away,
Awards.
kind of tricked a few people.
And things. At the end of the day, I mean, you're just looking for that essence of fresh hop things.
Flash frozen fresh hops.
There's
Yeah.
there's processes that I know like Varietal, Trapdoor, and Breakside are doing where they get their fresh hops and then they immediately flash freeze them and throw them through a grinder and that's a different. It's all about getting that essence of getting those oils out, that lupulin, whatever you do to achieve that which we love as fresh hop. Do it. Just don't call it wet hop.
Moist. Only moist.
Gross.
To switch things up, tell us about your new patio.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of why you're here. Just talk about
your major expansion.
Yeah. What's going on at Vice these days, man?
Yeah. So we had the opportunity to welcome some new investors that allowed us to do some really neat things to expand. One of those things is to double our fermentation capacity. We're still on a 7-barrel system, but we used to have just 4 7-barrel fermenters and 2 15-barrel fermenters. And now we have 2 30-barrel fermenters.
Man.
And we completely switched things up with we had unjacketed bright tanks in the cold room. Now all those bright tanks are jacketed bright tanks that we can control the temperature on out on the floor. Our brewery that we used to use for events and parties and things like that, not really a thing anymore because we filled it with stainless. But yeah, that was a major project that started in mid-May and we completed early June.
Gosh.
And then that allowed us to start making more beer, so that beers like Party McFly is a 30-barrel batch that's huge for us because a lot of times, even on a 15-barrel batch, we would get okay, we got 12 kegs and 40 cases. where did now what?
Just split between 2 states, essentially.
It's split between 2 states and everything. Matt, of course, a part of Orcus, does our distribution for up here, and so like he knows there's a lot of beers that we've been like, so we don't.
You
have
could have 10
anything.
cases of that. Okay, but I would take 30.
Right, we just don't have.
Also,
it.
Michael, tell me the truth. Did the collab with Party McFly come with a note that said "Don't open till 2025"?
Jesus Christ.
Until what?
Good one. That's a good one.
2025.
Yeah, it's a reference to Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Do not open until
A very
20.
smart reference. Right?
Okay.
Oh yes.
I'm gonna
yes.
get one of them. I'll get one of them before the end of the episode.
That's the thing is that Back to the Future is a movie. You can watch all 3 of those movies like 3 times in a row in a weekend, like literally watch 9 movies, and you can still pick out things that you're like, oh,
That's a reference to that.
that's a reference to Back to There.
Yeah.
Like, it all ties together. You can pause that movie and be like, oh my gosh, this refers to that. Like the
True.
background.
That's true.
That trilogy goes so deep. It's so
It's
wonderful.
a part of the fabric of our reality at this point.
It's so great.
Also, is it true that maybe Atari's part of your investment group?
Kind of, sorta.
Okay.
I'll explain that. So, what happened there is a neighbor of ours just lives a few blocks away from the brewery. His name's Stephen Kick. He owns Night Dive Studios. That if you've played on Steam or other platforms, games like Doom or Dark Forces,
Hell yeah.
or System Shock. These are games that they remastered for these other platforms you can play. That is now a subsidiary of Atari, and that is the Atari Connection.
Okay.
So he personally, as a part of the company, he is vice president of Atari, and great guy, good friend. He has bought 20% of Vice Beer.
Oh, shit.
And then has opened the door to something really cool that we're still working through. There's not, ink on paper yet, but lots of talks. Everything's like approved and things like that. We anticipate that our first Atari beer will be at PAX West this coming May or June. When I don't know if they have the dates yet for PAX West.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so it's gonna be fun. Yeah, so we're gonna have an
Pong IPA.
so next year is actually the 55th anniversary of Pong.
Oh, shit.
And we're doing a beer for that, and it's also a 55th anniversary of Atari. We're doing a beer
As
for
a
that.
system, yeah. Wow.
There will probably, I can't say for certain because I don't have this like totally dialed down with them, but we'll probably do something out of what Night Dive Studios is doing. We'll probably do something like that here before the end of the year or early 2026. We'll probably do something there. I have a feeling before we officially launch with Atari branded things. But yes, Atari has sent us all of their IPs, all of their digital assets, and said, "Here's your playground. What kind of things can you imagine?"
Yeah, and me,
Amazing.
a photograph of me in a beanbag in 1970.
I was going to say.
Absolutely.
Ron and I remember this.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it, and it's just
incredible.
one of those things that we have a 2-player Pong in our tap room, and it's been there since day one, and it's just one of those things when we launched out into this, doing this like 80s and 90s kind of thing. Never would have thought that we're actually gonna make
Might be affiliate.
official beers of Atari brands. It's just
And 3 years in.
crazy.
Yeah, 3 years in.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Cheers,
It
dude.
is. It
Cheers and
is.
cheers.
Cheers.
Christ.
Cheers.
Whoa, Ron said the
Yeah.
F word.
I'm sorry.
You guys hear that?
I apologize.
Speaking of which, we're getting close.
Yeah, hey.
Sorry.
Speaking of the F word.
You asked about our patio, though.
I did.
Yeah.
And I never
Let's
answered
my
that.
patio.
I'm really good
It's
at
gonna
doing
be
that.
bigger.
Yes.
Your patio
It's gonna
expansion is
have
going to make
a
it
brick, or it's gonna be like a deck.
So it's going to be more of a, like all weather, all year round patio.
Oh, cool.
So it'll be cool and shaded in the summer, heated in the winter. Feel more like the outdoors, indoors kind of a thing. Right now our patio is like 18 feet by 24 feet. This is going to be 18 feet by 64 feet.
64 bits.
Oh, nice.
Hey.
That's way later than their collab that they're doing.
That's more of a Nintendo Sega Genesis.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's
but,
Sega Genesis.
you know,
I don't know.
yeah, no, it's going to be a bigger area, and El Viejon, our taco truck there, and the owner of El Viejon actually owns 10% of Vice as well, so it's a
Which
great
is amazing,
partnership.
dude.
So delicious.
And so
Has anybody
LV's
ever been to Vice by chance? Have you guys ever been down to? Okay. Have you eaten El Viejon?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Holy shit.
Yes.
Yes.
Like, there's good Mexican food in Washington for sure, especially if you get like over to the east side. Like, you can find great stuff. I don't know that I've ever had a better fucking taco than Birria and the Gobernador tacos.
You haven't
Yes.
completed the experience.
Unfucking real.
So
Yeah.
they have invested 6 digits into a new trailer. That's gonna this patio is actually gonna be built around it, so it's gonna be like inside of this thing
That's so
we're
sick.
building.
Awesome.
Nice.
So it's
Congrats.
really a cool
Yeah.
thing, fun place to hang out.
Does this all feel like just a big level up at this point? Like, you guys have been doing. I mean, like, you've gone
It
through
all
a ton of
feels
changes.
like a dream within a dream.
Sure.
Like, are we really doing this right now?
Yeah. Is this all happening at once?
It is. Well, and that was, New School Beer put out the article that called it Vice Beer 3.0.
Right, yep.
That is like a level up. That's what he was trying to say. And you wouldn't believe how many people have come into our tap room being like, where's the third location going? Where is it?
Jesus.
No.
That's not what he was saying, guys.
It's year 3, and it's also just kind of this like third level.
Sure.
If you know our history, we just kind of had a first phase. There was kind of this second phase.
Little Vice.
Second phase
Little
it
Vice,
included Little Vice, and it included Brian coming on as a new head brewer, and then now it's like, okay, phase 3 is with Aaron is coming back as our head brewer.
Talk about Aaron a little bit, please.
He's from Moonraker, is where he did a lot.
Holy shit.
Aaron's awesome. We love Brian, absolutely. He went to Brothers Cascadia.
Makes it great.
Wish him the best. But it was just kind of serendipitous that Aaron, who filled in a little bit between our first brewer and then Brian, he was there for 3 months before he had the opportunity to go to Germany and study beer and go to the school in Munich and do all
Attend the
this
Master
stuff.
Brewer program.
Yes, and then he hit us up about a week before Brian put in his notice. Was like, hey, is there anything available over there? What's going on? And then Brian put in his notice, and it was like, hey, Aaron, come on back.
Hey, guess what?
Crazy.
So it worked out really nice. We're really excited to have him back, and he'll be back early November.
With a YOLO.
So I want to be like,
YOLO
Right
IPA.
now in the interim, is Sean Burke, formerly of the Commons and Von Ebert and
Jesus
Forland.
fucking Christ.
Yeah.
Nice job.
It
You guys just a talent magnet.
Yeah, right?
Jesus
I love
Christ,
that.
dude.
Well, thank you. I
Because Brian was
it's-
also Von Ebert prior to
was,
you guys
yeah.
as well. Yeah, you guys
Von
are,
Ebert and
you're a fucking
Brothers
talent
Cascadia.
magnet.
and I'm happy for that, because it's a scary thing when your brewery puts in a notice and you're just like, but it was only one day of being absolutely terrified, and then the next day being like, wow, Sean Burke wants to come brew here next week.
Jesus
and Aaron Copeland wants to brew here,
Yeah.
he's in. So
I want to contextualize Aaron's experience because it's I would say relatively unique for a head brewer. There's tons of great brewers who make great IPAs and also make great lagers, but I would say probably pretty rare that somebody has worked at a place like Moonraker who has made award-winning IPAs for the last like 10 years, and then also is a graduate of a master brewer program in Germany. There's probably very few people who make IPAs
and also
to that level.
won the gold medal for Pearl Haggard at Ex Novo.
Yeah, fuck, I forgot he was in
at World
Ex
Beer
Novo.
Cup. Yeah.
Jesus Christ,
I
dude.
love that Pilsner.
Yeah, there's, I don't know. It's
Haggard.
like silly to say complete package type shit about an individual brewer, but that's
That's
Aaron
how we
Copeland
feel
might
about it.
actually feel really like a complete package type of brewer.
Absolutely.
There's not a lot. Yeah, there's not a lot. There's a few guys in Washington. Two of our breweries that we work with are Siebel. That flipped me off.
So many
Our-
fingers.
So the question was how many brewers in Washington might be like Siebel master graduates or master brewer program graduates. Not a ton. It's a long program. You have to be in Germany for at least half the time that you do it if you don't already live there. It's a difficult thing to complete.
He was there for a year and a half.
Yeah, it took Aaron Copeland a year and a half.
I don't know how much that was schooling versus he also worked at a brewery, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Very challenging. And the last couple of dudes who came back and opened breweries in Washington who finished this same program, one of them was Vanity Fair's best new brewery in Washington, and the other one won gold medal at Washington Beer Awards and the Small Brewery of the Year award. That's an insane achievement and consistency across achievements between individuals that graduate these programs. So if you guys have somebody coming back who did that and who also worked at Ex Novo and who also worked at Moonraker, it definitely feels like a
Forland.
level up. And Forland, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's great.
Very excited.
I hope he doesn't hear this and
Doug,
he's just
we
embarrassing
went over
to gush
because
about.
it's great content.
Oh, I know.
I'm sorry,
No,
Doug.
it's fine.
Yeah. What have you fucked up on recently, Michael?
We're doing that?
Yeah.
Yep. It's fuck up story
Yeah,
time.
I'll keep it quick.
All right, Grit and Grainers, I'm Sean Jackson, and I fuck up all the God-blessed time, as we all do. So, please do regale us with your fuck-up stories.
Went to a backyard party that Pilsnerish hosted
Oh, shit.
in his backyard. If you don't follow Pilsnerish on Instagram,
You absolutely should because it's awesome.
pretty hilarious. He's a great guy. And I'm not gonna try to fuck up my fuck up story. But it was I get introduced to this guy, awesome guy. I'm told, he's the brewer of the. I'm like, oh man, that's great. It's like, you know what? I thought what I heard was Funky Fauna, and I was like, hey, our head brewer coming in is he did a collab with you guys. Aaron Copeland? And he's like, I think so. And I was like, oh, okay. And it got like, I was like, no, he did a collab with you guys, before he went to Germany and and it was like, and he's like, I don't know. And I it almost got combative. And
No, I swear to God, he did a collab with you.
I know he did. And I'm just like, and I'm like, all right, whatever. And then somebody else later in the party was like, hey, did you meet the folks from Fontaflora?
Fontaflora, yeah.
And I was like,
I kind of did.
I got an apology to make. I gotta go. Because that's totally a different thing in North Carolina. That's not.
You would not be the first person to
thing.
confuse Funky Fauna and Fontaflora. Just so you know.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I just felt
Honest
really bad.
mistake.
Holy
And
shit.
we had done a couple Chugganauts before that.
Oh, sure.
It was
Have you thought about this every night since that happened?
pretty much.
Yeah, I would.
Don't
too.
think. Let
Have
it
you
go.
eaten the sleep
Let it
Oreos
go.
yet?
Let it go. Sleep Oreos. Oh my god.
Hear it?
It will.
Oh, okay.
For like 10 minutes. It's great.
I'll
One
do that. I'll do
sleep.
that tonight.
A whole sleep.
All right, Grit and Grainers. Email us at cheers@gritandgrainpodcast.com. with your comments, opinions, and your very best Atari-flavored hop names. Because if Vice ever got to Christian a new varietal, you would know they would be brewing with Asteroids, Frogger, Pixel, Pong, and horizontal scroll enable bit before the year was out. We eat and drink everything we receive.
It's going to name it Centipede.
Nice.
I thought about that. And respond before the fresh hops disappear faster than Donkey Kong barrels on the level 3. Because like Summer Love and cartridges that only work if you blow in them, fresh hop beer is fleeting. You can subscribe to Grit and Grain on Amazon, Apple Music, Spotify, Google Play, and iHeartRadio, and Stitcher. And please leave us reviews. Also check us out on Channel 253 and gritandgrainpodcast.com.
Fuck yeah.
Be sure to follow us on... What was that? Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube for episode notes, beer news, and a preview of Vice Beer's new 18 by 64 patio dreamscape, a fully weatherproof, Atari-fied temple where the beer garden is lined with missile command fire pits, breakout bar stools, centipede-spined benches, and a waterfall shaped suspiciously like Pac-Man eating hops. Imagine heaters glowing like pixelated suns, fans whirling like cartridge drives, and every pint blinking like an arcade token begging for one more beer. If this podcast is not expected, please alter your expectations. Mm-hmm. Remember, Vice Beer is proof you don't need a DeLorean to time travel. Just a pint glass. Every pour is a flux capacitor, sending you back to 1985 faster than Marty McFly can shred a guitar solo at the Enchantment Under the Sea dance.
Oh, jeez.
Poetry.
Poetry. That was fucking, yeah.
There's no such thing as a bad time to visit Tacoma.
Sure as hell not.
Yeah.
There is definitely no such time. No bad time to visit. There's definitely no such thing as too much barley wine. Tune in next Friday for more sweet chatter. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Jesus Christ.
So good.
Thanks again for tuning in. Don't forget to follow us at Grit and Grain Podcast wherever you get your social media and catch new episodes every Friday. Cheers.
Good up.
Channel 253 is member supported. I'm producer Doug Mackey, and I hope you will show your support by going to channel253.com/membership and join. Thank you. Grit and Grain is part of the Channel 253 podcast network. Check out our other shows: Nerd Farmer, Move to Tacoma, Interchangeable White Ladies, What Say You, Citizen Tacoma, and Kitchen 253.
This is Channel 253.